The Los Angeles Lakers find themselves at a pivotal moment, standing just on the edge of true contention, but still needing that crucial piece of reliable two-way wing player who can elevate the team defensively and offensively. It's become clear that while adding Marcus Smart brought many positives to the table, it's not quite enough to push this roster fully into the contender tier. Smart's defensive intensity and playmaking do help shore up weaknesses, but the Lakers still seem to be searching for a legitimate 3-and-D presence. Someone who can consistently guard multiple positions while knocking down open shots from beyond the arc. This kind of player not only impacts the game on both ends, but can also create the flexibility the Lakers desperately need in their roster construction, especially when it comes to managing the luxury tax and carving out salary space to bring in additional reinforcements. The conversation around upgrading that wing spot has naturally led to exploring different trade scenarios, and among the names floating out there, Aaron Nesmith emerges as an intriguing possibility. He might not be the most talked about player on the market, but when you break down what he brings to the table, it starts to make sense why the Lakers might seriously consider pursuing him. Nesmith, still in his mid-20s, fits the timeline for a team looking to win now while maintaining some youthful potential. Indiana, his current team, faces a challenging season ahead with key players like Miles Turner and Tyrese Halliburton sidelined for the year. Realistically, the Pacers might struggle to compete at a high level next season, making them a candidate to consider a rebuilding approach, or at least some significant roster reshuffling. In that context, moving a player like Nesmith, who is entering a contract year and would command a raise, could be mutually beneficial. From the Lakers' perspective, the question is how to structure a deal that makes sense for both sides. Nesmith's salary is about $11 million. So a straight swap for someone like Gabe Vincent might seem logical at first glance. But Indiana would likely want more than just a one-for-one exchange. Adding assets such as draft picks or young players with potential could tip the scales. For example, including Austin Reaves, who commands slightly more salary but brings versatility and a solid skill set, might sweeten the deal. Reaves has already shown the ability to contribute in multiple ways and has chemistry with the existing core, which could appeal to the Pacers if they want to build around younger pieces. However, the Lakers have to weigh carefully if trading Reaves for Nesmith truly upgrades their roster enough to justify the move. When analyzing Nesmith's game, he is a classic 3-and-D wing, a player whose strength lies in his ability to hit timely three-pointers and guard various positions with length and agility. He's not the most explosive athlete, but his size and length give him the tools to defend effectively, and his shooting splits back up the value he brings. Last season, despite playing only 45 games, he shot just over 51% from the field, with an impressive 43% from beyond the arc on more than 4 attempts per game. His free throw percentage, hovering above 90%, adds to his reliability as a shooter. Nesmith's defensive versatility allows coaches to deploy him in multiple roles on that side of the floor, something the Lakers desperately need given their current mix of personnel. Another layer to this discussion involves Indiana's broader strategy. With key players out for the year, the Pacers might decide to pivot towards a rebuild or at least a retooling process. They could be open to moving veterans or players like Nesmith if it means acquiring future assets or salary relief. For the Lakers, this means there might be a window to negotiate a deal that doesn't require giving up too many valuable pieces, but it will take creativity and willingness to part with assets like draft picks or younger players who could help the Lakers maintain depth. At the same time, the Lakers need to be strategic because they don't want to disrupt the team chemistry or their long-term flexibility too much. Trading away a player like Austin Reaves, who fits well within the current system, should only happen if the incoming player clearly improves the team's chances of winning a championship this season. On paper, Nesmith's skill set matches what the Lakers are looking for, but the question remains, does this trade move the needle enough? If the Lakers are forced to include multiple assets, including future draft picks or salary filler players like Rui Hachimura or even a young guard like Gabe Vincent, they have to be confident the final roster will be stronger, more balanced, and better equipped to compete deep into the playoffs. There's also the interesting factor of how players like Benedict Mathurin fit into the equation. Mathurin had a strong postseason showing and appears ready to take a bigger role for Indiana moving forward. His development could influence the Pacers' willingness to move other wings like Nesmith. especially if they want to clear salary space and build around Mathurin and their young core. For the Lakers, tracking these dynamics is crucial because any trade scenario involving Nesmith will inevitably ripple through multiple roster spots, affecting minutes, roles, and future salary commitments. If the Lakers can pull off a deal to acquire Nesmith without significantly harming their core or sacrificing future assets, it could be the boost they need to become a true contender. Having a legitimate 3-and-D wing who fits seamlessly next to LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and their evolving backcourt would give them more options on both ends of the court. It would ease the burden on other defenders and allow more offensive spacing, crucial for a team looking to maximize LeBron's playmaking ability and Davis's presence inside. That balance between offense and defense, spacing and physicality, is exactly what championship teams are built on. The financial angle also plays a key role in these considerations. Nesmith's contract status means the Lakers would have to be prepared to extend or negotiate a new deal if he fits well, and they want to keep him beyond this season. That adds another layer of complexity, as they must remain mindful of luxury tax implications and long-term cap health. Moving players like Rui Hachimura or negotiating salaries within the roster could be part of the plan, but the front office will need to be aggressive and flexible to make everything work. Ultimately, the Lakers appear close to assembling a roster capable of competing at the highest level, but they need to take that extra step. Whether it's Aaron Nesmith or another similar wing, securing that two-way player who can impact games defensively and offensively is crucial. It's a delicate balancing act of asset management, roster fit, salary cap strategy, and timing. But if they can navigate it successfully, this Lakers team could emerge as one of the most dangerous in the league. Meanwhile, it will be interesting to see how Indiana approaches their season and what kind of moves they are willing to make. Their position as a rebuilding or retooling team will influence the market for players like Nesmith, and possibly others like Neem Hardaway Jr., whose name has also been linked to trade talks. The Lakers front office, led by their general manager, must explore all options, pick up the phone, and engage in serious conversations, because leaving potential upgrades on the table is not an option when the window for championship contention is open. In terms of pure basketball impact, Nesmith offers the Lakers a player who has demonstrated he can fit into a system, provide consistent shooting, and hold his own defensively. His experience starting games and contributing meaningful minutes at just 25 years old is valuable, especially when paired with the likes of LeBron and Davis. While not a superstar, his role as a reliable complementary piece could be just what the Lakers need to get over the hump and make a serious playoff run. Of course, no trade is without risks or complexities. The Lakers have to evaluate not just the talent, but how the addition would affect team dynamics, rotations, and the growth trajectory of players already on the roster. They must consider how to keep chemistry intact while improving, and how to manage the salary cap in a way that doesn't hamstring future flexibility. That means weighing potential trades involving multiple players and draft assets carefully, ensuring that each move pushes the team closer to a championship and not just rearranges pieces. At the same time, the Lakers must keep an eye on their other assets and opportunities. Players like Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and Gabe Vincent are all valuable pieces who could be used as trade bait or retained, depending on the final construction of the roster. Balancing these assets with the need to add a high-impact two-way wing will require savvy negotiation and a clear vision for the team's identity moving forward. In sum, while the Lakers have made progress with recent additions and have a core that can compete, they remain in search of that definitive two-way wing to complete their puzzle. Aaron Nesmith represents an interesting possibility that fits many of the criteria they need, and exploring this avenue makes sense given Indiana's current situation and the Lakers' championship ambitions. The coming weeks and months will be crucial in determining if the front office can pull off the right deals and elevate this roster to true contender status. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. Whispers are swirling in the NBA universe after Giannis Antetokounmpo recently addressed the ongoing speculation linking him to the Los Angeles Lakers. When directly asked about the possibility of joining the storied franchise, Giannis was surprisingly candid, declaring that he has no immediate intentions of making a move to the Lakers. This statement has sent ripples through the basketball community, stirring debates and fueling rumors about what the Greek Freak's next steps might be. The Lakers, a team with a rich legacy and a star-studded roster, have long been a magnet for top-tier talent. Their quest for another championship has often hinged on attracting elite players, and GIANNIS, with his dominant presence and all-around game, has naturally been at the center of such conversations. However, GIANNIS' recent comments suggest that despite the allure of Los Angeles, he isn't ready to commit to such a high-profile shift just yet. This could indicate a variety of things, from a desire to stay loyal to his current team to a strategic pause before making a significant career decision. Inside sources hint that GIANNIS might be weighing his options carefully, perhaps eyeing how his current team develops around him or considering how the Lakers roster and management evolve before taking any drastic steps. The timing of his remark is also intriguing, coming as the NBA landscape remains highly fluid with trades, signings, and coaching changes. It raises the question, is GIANNIS playing his cards close to the chest, or is he genuinely content where he is for now? Fans and analysts alike are now dissecting every word and gesture from the superstar, looking for clues about the future. Will the Lakers ramp up their efforts to woo GIANNIS? Could there be behind-the-scenes talks that haven't yet reached the public? Or is this a clear signal that the Greek star is set on a different path, at least for the near term? One thing is certain, the buzz around GIANNIS and the Lakers isn't dying down anytime soon. His refusal to immediately join the Lakers doesn't close the door entirely, but adds a layer of mystery to one of the NBA's most captivating sagas. As the offseason progresses and more pieces of the puzzle fall into place, all eyes will remain glued to the developments surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Lakers, and the next chapter in this unfolding story. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.